Hi guys, it's April, and I'm a little kerfuffled and all over the place, but I think I'm ready. I am going to go and tweet all of this out, make sure all of the things are doing the things that they need to do. I updated my software the other day, and so there was a little bit of a reset up I needed to do. Thought I had enough time to do it, and turns out I had to rush myself a little bit. But I also picked out all of the colors that I think I'm gonna need for this picture. I've got both Polychromos and Holbein colors that I'm gonna mix and match. Okay, and then I'm going to find a place to put this without destroying everything. Because I also decided that I wanted to play around with some things, and I officially have a second camera angle. Hello. Why I decided to do this? I don't know. It's one of those things. I was getting ready this morning. I'm like, I kind of want to try this. So for the times in which you can't see what I'm doing because my hand gets in the way, I figured this might be a nice angle. Whether or not I remember to actually switch to this angle, I don't know. The color difference is going to be there because of course it's two different style cameras, but I still figured it'd be kind of fun to try this thing out, and if it's helpful and if I find a nice workflow for it, it's something I'll probably do from now on in my live streams. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I guess I could start here. What I could do, since you guys are right here, I'm wondering what if we did this? We did it, and we go like this. Hey, see, now you got it down there in the little corner so you can see me this way, or you can see me this way. Ha! That's convenient, is it not? I like it. I don't know. We'll play with it. It's a thing. Otherwise, I'll stop like waffling all over the place and just kind of actually get started. So I'm gonna start with the background with the blue and trying to figure out what I want to do. I have, for my lightest blue, I have a Polychromos. It's the middle phthalo blue, which is 152. And then I have a Holbein, which is the cerulean blue, which is 335. I have the Holbein Cobalt blue, which is 347. And then I have the Polychromos Helio Reddish, and it just kind of ends there. I want to add like blue to the end of this, but it's just Helio Reddish. It's 151. So I think I'm going to start with my lightest blue, which I need to sharpen a little bit. I did not have time to go through and make sure I had decent points on these things. Okay. And so I'm going to start with the lightest blue and kind of just like move outward. So basically right now, my goal is to get rid of the awkward white spots that I left with the paint. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you doing? I feel like it's been a while. I'm not sure how far I'm gonna get today, but I'm just gonna kind of go. And see where it all takes me. It is a little interesting going over the texture of this paint. Oh no, I hope everything is okay, Elizabeth. I can definitely feel that I got the paint a little thicker in some areas than others. And I figured getting this background figured out was going to take me the longest, so I kind of wanted to start with it. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that, Elizabeth. I'm glad uh, that she got to come home yesterday. I know whenever my babes have to stay at the vet overnight, or I have to take them to a specialist or whatever, and I can't see them for an extended period of time, I always start. The anxiety is extremely high. I am one of those people who sometimes the worst case scenario is what I continuously picture, and that did not stay as sharp as I wanted it to. It's another thing about coloring over top of acrylic paint is you can lose your tip really, really quickly because of the texture of the paint. It's a matter of getting in those small little spots. trying to make sure that I can like smooth out that transition. Yep. Yep, I do the same thing, Elizabeth. Whether or not it's actually something I control, I still feel like since I am their mom, I am their caretaker, I am the one who watches over it somehow it's hard. It's just hard. Oh, for a checkup to make sure everything's rebalanced itself out. Well, I will be sending thoughts and prayers and all kinds of goodness your guys' directions. It's always so hard to watch your babes suffer in some kind of way. Slowly kind of getting a feel for what I want to do. With these colored pencils. Do feel like I have some adjusting I can still do on that second camera. Feel like it's a little dark. But I do like to experiment with technology. So here we are. See, yeah, that's it. I mean, you form bonds with these guys. They're your babes. Yeah, paint's just eating my tip. Probably gonna do a couple passes with this middle phthalo. These, just so I can get my arm in there. Not too harsh of a line there. Try my other pencil sharpener because this one isn't quite working the way I want it to. Kind of eating my tips a little bit. Oh, that's exciting, Elizabeth. Both of them are wonderful coloring books. And I can't wait to see what you do in them. There's something about the whole, like, mythographic sets that I like them so much. Okay, I'm kind of back where I started. what? Because I kind of started getting a feel for what I really wanted to do when I was on this side, and now I kind of want to make this side match. And I'm really just going to focus around the clock right now, because I do want to go a little bit snowy with it. At least maybe flick some white paint, excuse me, or get some gobs and kind of give each of those a little bit of a glow around them. But I need to finish the clock because I don't necessarily want to do the details of the clock around flecks of snow. I think down at the bottom of this clock is a little more patchy than the rest of the clock. I'm hoping I can smooth it out just a little bit, especially those transitions. I think it's getting there. Oh, thank you. Okay, I think I'm gonna switch to the next blue. Maybe. As I find more white spots that I need to get filled in. It does kind of look like it's tie-dyed, doesn't it? Well, and it's interesting because you see a little bit more of it on camera just because of the way the light reflects off that paint. I will say, in areas I am pressing hard enough to try and get pigment down that it's kind of hurting my fingers. Just gonna throw the pencil. I think I just knocked the camera a little bit. Hold on. For whatever reason, my camera mount isn't tightening like it used to. And so getting the camera to not like slowly like shift, which, there we go. It's a little better. I just abuse the thing, and it's not an expensive camera mount, so what, I've had it for 2 years now? No, probably a year and a half. Well, that's a start. So next I've got the cerulean blue, which is a Holbein, and it's 335. And I'm going to kind of further blend the paint and the colored pencils together. So hopefully the transition doesn't seem so harsh at some point. That's kind of the spot in which I want to get to. I will say it feels like this Holbein is going down a whole lot nicer than that Polychromos was. Might have to go through with a small eraser and clean up around some of the filigree. I got some blue in those gold areas. But I think I can clean it up. Places I can blend this out. Now, I will say, I don't really have any rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm kind of just seeing what happens. kind of have an idea of how other people usually use acrylics and colored pencils on backgrounds. And I'm following that a little bit. But at the same time, I sort of have an image in my head of what I'm hoping to achieve. Need to sharpen my pencil again. Except for I'm going to use the other pencil sharpener since it works like 10 times better. Thank you, Leslie, for the pencil sharpener that I haven't returned to you yet. I'm sorry. I will at some point if you want the colored pencil sharpener back. Ooh, excuse me. you guys talking about the new Texas Ranger? I'm so conflicted about it. I had a friend who got me addicted to the original. And I absolutely adored Sydney and Gage. They were my favorites. May have shipped them a little bit, just a touch. But yeah, I mean, from the looks of it, they're changing a whole heck of a lot about the show. And I mean, I guess I get it because, you know, they're probably trying to modernize it and attempt to bring in things that today's audience wants to see, kind of deal. It's just, you know, I will always and forever think of Chuck Norris as Walker, and it's hard to get past that. And I did like some of the places that the originals went. It's just they're gonna start the angst right from the beginning of the show, from the looks of it. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind a good angst here or there, but not a huge fan of shows that are like all angst. I won't lie, Elizabeth. That Dean was one of the reasons, pretty much the main reason I watched Supernatural. And like I said, that show went weird angst too, which is why I haven't ever finished that show. Especially since you got a lot of the same angst repeatedly over and over. I loved the first several seasons of Supernatural, where they're going around and you're getting introduced to all these like supernatural creatures that they're hunting and all that kind of stuff. And it's not like angst after angst after angst after angst. There's a lot of humor in there, and then somewhere along the line it just became a lot of angst. Sharpen it to get into those corners. just some of these really small sections. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part of the storyline, which was that had a huge impact on a lot of Walker's character. Yeah, because I don't see them being able to get away with that with Jared. I mean, he just, I don't know. I don't know if they'll be able to do it. Not without stepping on a lot of indigenous toes along the way. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to work a lot of the stuff out. We'll see how long it lasts. Oops. Fix that. Yeah, I don't think Jared has. I don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't think they'll be able to get away with it, or they're even going to touch that, which is sad. And I have not heard about the Little House on the Prairie reboot. I don't know how I feel about that one either. I mean, I kind of get why they're rebooting things like Walker and they did Charmed and all that kind of stuff, is because they're bringing it in to the current timeline. or the current timeline, our current time. But Little House on the Prairie, I mean, you don't really want to change the period in which it's set in. So, I mean, I guess it's just shooting with better modern technology. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Just kind of all over the place about reboots. Because I don't know, you just kind of form attachments to whatever versions you've grown up with. But I mean, I guess they've been doing reboots or reimagining of things forever. Because I mean, how many different versions of Beauty and the Beast are there? How many different versions of Alice in Wonderland or Peter Pan or Cinderella or Snow White or any of the classic fairy tales? I mean, we've been throwing out different versions and adaptations of everything forever. And I guess somewhere along the line has an idea of, maybe we can do this part better, so let me try. I mean, that's part of the reason we keep on getting continuations of like Star Trek and even reboots of Star Trek that sort of kind of collide with the old series, but kind of redoes it slightly different. So, I mean, I can't like be completely mad about it because it's just what we do. Because I mean, I don't know how many times I've like watched something or read something and I wasn't like completely happy with like what the original creator did with the story, but I really like the characters, and so I like play around with different versions and stories in my head. I mean, that's the whole reason fan fiction exists. I don't know. Humans are weird and fun all at the same time. I don't know. That was just a weird path my brain went down. Okay, so now I have a cobalt blue in the Holbein, and that's 347. I'm just going to kind of hit more around here and less around the inside of the clock. Yeah. I mean, there's some changes that just it doesn't make sense of why you would want to take some of those things away. And just the fact that you have this huge opportunity to have uh I just killed that really quickly. That culture and indigenous people represented in like huge TV shows like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Because it could definitely spiral into a whole diversity issue. know if this is really changing anything or not. But I do know it is eating my pencil. Still looks so messy to me. Maybe I'll have to darken it up with some black. Hold on. I keep getting right on those, and it's starting to drive me nuts. I need to slow down. Just getting anxious, and therefore I'm not being careful. Which means I'm creating a little bit more of a mess than I intend. This is why I usually don't do like huge backgrounds, because I just get so impatient, which is hilarious because what, it took me like a full year to do the one like crystal page. So it's like, I know I have the patience, I just don't seem to have the patience for a background. Ooh, a reboot of the Jetsons. That actually sounds interesting. Especially since our idea of what technology could be in the future has shifted. So I kind of get a reboot of the Jetsons. That could be fun. And I am interested to see the reboot of Dune. Because the original, kind of sleepworthy. Though the book is pretty political itself. So I understand why the original Dune was kind of long and at points kind of unexciting. Maybe I'm talking to the wrong crowd. It will be interesting to see if they ever like do a reboot of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Even though, you know, we've already gone way past 2001. Said I wasn't going to go too close to the clock, but I'm kind of liking how the darker blue is interacting with the lights that I've already got there. Definitely looks like the clock is glowing. Golly geez, I'm going to spend this whole time just doing this background. Mostly I'm just trying to like clean up the background a little bit. Because you get such a smooth coverage with the markers. And then trying to match that with acrylic and colored pencil, which you get this texture with. It's kind of where I struggle. Yeah, I've never made it completely through the Dune movie. I won't lie. But my brother did give me the book a while back and challenged me to read it. And I did. Is it my favorite sci-fi book? No, but I can see how at the time it like really set things up in the sci-fi genre. And honestly, I don't think you need to read the other books in the series because yeah. Okay, yeah, I definitely look at those after I'm done here, Elizabeth. You have no idea why I'm losing my voice. clean up where I went a little crazy. I mean, it's getting there. I'll probably be messing around with it for a while though, because like I said, something about the background is just kind of urging me right now. Okay, so now I have the darkest, which is the Helio Reddish 151 in the Polychromos. I want to take it to the corners, kind of start filling in some of the lighter areas. Like I said, I might pull out a black and really get those corners and kind of give it a vignette. Granted, it's kind of hard because, you know, you keep just kind of sliding at the bottom of the page. That sounds great. Don't mind me. Have some ASMR. I don't know why this is amusing me so much. I'm gonna try not to curl the page when I do this. Whoops. I think, oh, good grief. I think for pictures that I'm okay with this kind of texture in the background, it's okay. I just have to get to a point where I'm okay. With the texture. I'm just so used to my markers and my colored pencils that sometimes trying something new is a little jarring. And it might just be that this just isn't my style. But now I know that. And I have to kind of remind myself that I'm thinking about putting another layer on top of this for snow. I'm gonna pull out a black. I've got the Polychromos black pulled out for the Disney pictures, so see if I can find the Holbein black. Okay. Okay. Drop that on the floor. Okay. Oop. That went dark quick. Okay, that's disconcerting. A little bit more feathering than that. There we go. Gentle pressure. Got so used to pressing so hard that I went in with a lot of pressure too quickly. I don't even know if you can even see a difference in that, at least on camera. Maybe I should pick up a darker blue that's in between the black and the helio. here's where things get a little complicated. Trying not to curl the corner on accident. Shaking the whole table. Had this drafting table for like maybe 8 or 9 years now. I think there's a few screws I need to tighten. Oops, too aggressive, too aggressive. Wonder if there is a good dark blue that I like. Pull out my color chart and we'll see if there's another blue we could add into this equation that'll help. Oh, I could add that navy blue. I was almost trying to avoid it a little bit, but I think I might pull that out because the helio blue is right here. So that would give us at least one more step. Now let's find that navy. Okay. Ah, well, that was easy enough. Okay, add that navy. And just kind of see what happens. I don't know why I constantly start down in this corner, but I do. Just gonna be super aggressive with this navy blue. I like the contrast that I'm seeing on the screen. This isn't gonna be like the perfect piece, but hey, I'm starting to learn how to handle all of this, which is, I think, a big step. Okay, I'm switching back to the Helio Reddish. Even though there's like literally no tip on this right now. Trying to keep the black from falling off the table. I think I'm getting a better blend when I have a blend tip. So I'm just gonna run with it. It's not, well, okay. Let's let me reevaluate. Okay, so sometimes in my head I don't properly read things. So to me this is Helio Reddish because the full name is Helio Blue Reddish. And I just now realized that. Because I know it's Helio Blue, and for whatever reason, my brain was dropping the blue out of the name. I don't know. In my head, I knew what I meant. And a good chunk of the time, I just go by the number. I just know that a lot of other people find that utterly confusing. I'm definitely going to need to sharpen this pencil. I'm almost to the point where I can't get any more pigment out of it. This is my song for the day. Guys, I'm slowly losing it. The background is making me lose it. I don't even remember what it looked like when I started this picture at this point. I'm like, have I changed it at all? Am I in the same spot? An hour and a half later, have I accomplished anything? Yeah, look at what I've done to that. And then of course I've got blue like all over my fingers right now. I don't know why that amuses me so much. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink. That's what I'm gonna do. So this is what it's looking like from the side angle. It's a little, colors are a little more muted from that camera right there. But you can kind of see a little bit where I'm kind of going with that. I think the contrast is just a little higher on this and it's a little more vivid on this camera, but I thought I'd kind of show you that. I'm going to switch to the Cobalt blue in the Holbein, which is 347. And I think after I am done with this blue, I'm going to call it done with the background for now until I add the snow, because I kind of think I might be overworking the background just a touch, but this part is who I am and the tendency of what I do. Because I might have added so much colored pencil to the background at this point. But I'm not going to be able to get much more on it. I do think it looks good though. I mean, yeah, I am being very, very bad to my pencils right now. I've got, yeah. I'm using the heck out of these things right now. Oh, fudge. Too far, April. Too far. Like I said, I am just being super aggressive. I probably will. I agree, Elizabeth. I will be seeing and coloring blue subconsciously for at least a week. I should really just be content to where it's sitting right now. Maybe let it sit for a little while. And then when I come back to it, see if there's any more tweaking I can do. Because I know I have changed it. I just feel like I'm in the same place I started. Oh. You know, I just want to make it so that you can't tell where the colored pencil starts and where it transitions into the acrylic. And I think that's why I'm being so fiddly with it. Goodness, I have no idea where this cough is coming from. I It's just so dry in this house because of winter. I'm kind of using the image on the screen to kind of see where spots just look too white or too light. And I'm not happy with how it's transitioning. Oh, frack. Well, that makes me sad. Oh, and that's my whole bind too, and these aren't going to be the easiest to replace. It's fine. They're there to be used. That's the whole point. We have coloring supplies. Okay. I'm going to try not to be as aggressive. Be a little bit gentle. Which I am absolutely never with any of my art supplies. Because I kind of just fling things around willy-nilly. It's true. I do. I mean, in like 5 months. I mean, I don't think it's, I still have like a lot of pencil, but it makes my heart hurt a little bit to waste it. Because I'm not going to be able to use that. Every once in a while, it goes through my mind that maybe we should get some humidifiers. I think it would be nice to get a humidifier that's attached to the heating unit. But let's be honest, I would be horrible at making sure that there's actually water in the humidifier. I'm only now getting really good at keeping plants alive. Because I am horrible at remembering to like water things. Granted, a lot of times when I do remember to water things, I overwater things. That, and I'm paranoid about keeping a humidifier clean. Especially with how sensitive my allergies are. Which is part of the reason why I haven't ever really gotten a humidifier. Okay. I think I need to step away from the background. Well, as long as you take care of a humidifier, you can have a humidifier in your room. But I guarantee that I will be horrible at keeping track of that. Okay, what do I want to do next? Okay, so we've been doing this for about 2 hours. Maybe I want to hit that clock face a little bit, because that seems like a good small spot to start. And I think for that, besides the gold area, or the gold areas, this is true. I do having a backup set of Holbeins. I mean, I wouldn't be mad about that. Yeah. Anyways, for the clock face, I've pulled out the Holbein Sand 175 and the Faber-Castell Warm Gray 2271. I'm gonna sharpen these first, mainly because I kind of want to like knock back some of the yellow that's going on in the clock face. Start giving it some antique look. And it might look a little odd at the beginning, but once I start antiquing the yellow, I think it'll make sense and it will flow. So start out slow. I might actually pull out a white just so I can add a highlight spot. I don't even know if you guys are noticing a difference right now, but it's very subtle because I'm using the sand, and so it's nothing too huge right away. I try to think of, okay, this is a living creature. I mean, I do perfectly well with the cats and the dogs. The only problem is plants don't annoy you when they're hungry. plants just kind of hang out and don't make a lot of noise. If they do make noise, that would be concerning. And so sometimes I just kind of forget about them. Not gonna lie. So I switched to the gray. And that's what gets me in trouble. But like I said, I've gotten better. I've and I think it's just because I'm like home all the time now. And I think that makes all the difference in the world. So it's kind of like in the forefront of my brain. And I see them so often. I do still do NetGalley. I am actually in the process of trying to wrap up a whole bunch of NetGalleys that I should get done this year before the new year starts. Is it going well? Sort of. I've got like 5 or 6 that I still need to read before 2021. I haven't been requesting as frequently as I did at the beginning of the year for sure. And no, you are not bad for enabling me. I very much appreciate it. We all need enablers in our lives. Might grab a little bit of the black. Just to add a decent shadow to this. I don't even know if you guys can see what's going on. I don't think either of the camera angles is kind of picking up the subtleness of what I'm doing. Okay, yes, we're going to pull out white. Hey, like I said, it's because, I'm home all the time. And I see them all the time. And I'm super excited that I haven't killed said lettuce, or I don't know if the onions are actually in the best state right now. More growing onion grass than actual onions, if I'm honest. Okay, I'm going to sharpen the black real quick. Well, that's good to know. Because every once in a while I'm paranoid that since I'm not getting to the books I've requested quite as quickly as I should, that I'm kind of hurting my chance to get other books. Somehow I feel like I went a little too subtle with this. Question is, can you see it? Huh. Well, that's good to know, I suppose. I mean, yeah, because I'm a mood reader, and I sometimes I get into this trap of, oh, this looks good, and then by the time they actually like let me have it to read, I'm not so excited about it anymore. You can kind of see how subtle it is. I think the other camera just makes it so vibrant that it still looks yellow. And I swear I've knocked it back. I don't want to go into the stars. Oh, oh. There's blue on my eraser, and I'm adding it to the picture. Do I want to stop? I should probably stop. Start doing what I did to the background. I guess I'm just in a mood today. Just kind of can't find a spot that I'm satisfied with how things are looking. Probably should stop touching it. I'm gonna do these little tags down here. I think they're too stark of a white. So I'm gonna add some of the same colors I just used on the face of the clock. Soften those out. So I'm lightly gonna hit it with the sand. Kind of give it an antique-y look. And then come back with the warm gray 2. Give it a subtle shift. Then I'm coming in with the black. And working my way backwards again. A bit of the gray. And then the sand. Just sometimes when you're like right up on it, you can't see the subtle changes that just happened because you're working on it. Okay, I should probably just leave it here for today. Because I'm gonna start working myself to a little bit of a tizzy. Trying to make it perfect and all that. I don't wanna smush this too much, but can't get this shifted over anymore because I keep hitting a tripod over here. At the same time, it's like, I want to show you all of the pretty colored pencils. I want to have the pretty colored pencils on screen. Because I think aesthetically, it's just so pretty. So you can see all the other colors that I've already picked out, but I didn't get to show you. Okay, so that was what, an hour and like 15 minutes of work? And I'm gonna have to look back at what it looked like at the beginning of this hour and a half so that I can even see this changes myself. But this is definitely going to be a project that takes me through the rest of this month. I don't know what I was thinking when I thought maybe I could do like 2 of these Christmas pages this month, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get to that point. Let me know if you like this new 2-camera system. I'm definitely going to work on the contrast and the light balance on the second camera. I kind of like the fact that I could be in this mode and you can still kind of see like the whole picture, or I could be in this mode and you could still kind of see where my hand is going on. I don't know. It's just, I kind of like the concept. So I might be playing around with that a lot more in the future. It definitely does add a little bit more to my setup. But if you guys think it is worth it, if I think it's working, I'm going to continue doing that. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I love that you guys come and chat with me. I will be continuing this next weekend. Same time, same place, Sunday at 11 Central. I might randomly have another live stream between the following week. I haven't decided yet. I might do a middle of the week stream. It might be a thing that happens. I don't know. Playing around with it. But otherwise, I will see you guys hopefully next weekend. And I heart all of your beautiful faces, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye.